Okay folks, and welcome back to Kerno EXP. Now we're in a mining district and I thought we'd bring you to these engine houses just here. So this is a whim, which is a Cornish term for winding engine. It's not the usual location folks. We're at a different location this time. It's nice and peaceful this evening. There's not hardly anybody around, which is even better. So we'll go down this way in a minute. Right, so this engine house here is called Wheelgrenville Fortescue Shaft Winding Engine House. Now this engine house was built in 1892 and it's held a 28-inch cylinder folks, and the engine probably came second hand from South Rosskier mine. This engine house here was closed in 1920, so it's quite a late closure, to be fair, because my own grandfather was born in 1920. So I think we'll climb up here now folks, so bear with me a minute. This might be a bit of fun and games. Yeah. Oops, let's get up. Okay, we're up. We're inside the engine house. Now there's quite a bit of bits and pieces still here in this engine house, such as those bolts under there folks. Now they normally are gone, and also this we see here, which is just here, this big stone here, this is the foundation for the cylinder folks, and as you can see there is a bolt still there now today, which that's rare. That is rare. And also another thing to note which is rare, which is on the bob wall, which is, we'll just pan up if we can. See those two bolts there? These two shafts? That's where the bob was folks. Now another thing to note, which is very rare in a Cornish derelict engine house, is this over here. Now we'll just pan up a little bit. Can you see that? Now that bit of wood there, and also on the opposite side there, now that bit of wood is a load-bearing wood, and that's underneath the top chamber. Now the top chamber is the window, as we can see above us there folks. See the window? Up there, that's the top chamber. Now that beam is structurally part of the engine house, which takes part of the weight of the engine. You can see where it's been cut. So some guy many moons ago with a big saw, or two guys with a two-man saw probably, was up there cutting that back in the 1920s, and that is rare. That is really, really rare folks. Now I know, because obviously anybody that knows me knows that I'm a volunteer tour guide at the engine house Taylor's at Eastpool Mine National Trust. Obviously not right now because it's closed because of we know what. So here we are, we're back on. So this cylinder here, this stone here, is the original height of this floor. No, wait a minute, no, it's that granite beam there, look, because that's the plug doorway right there. Right there, as we can see. So there you go folks. So that's the whim engine house done. Let's go over to the pump folks. Now you have to bear with me because I have to get down here. I'm not going to edit this video as such. No music involved, it's just me waffling away. Right, let's get down. Oh. Bloody hell, it'd be nice and smooth for you guys, but not for me, because I had to jump. Okay, we're down. We're down. We are down. Let's go back around to the winding engine. And this one's quite special because it's got some bits on it which don't normally exist in derelict engine houses. Now there it is, folks. This is the boiler house side of this engine house. Can you see the ghost of where the pointing was for the boiler house, folks? I'll just help you a bit. See there, look, set cement there. That's where the boiler house was, and that doorway there, that is where the crew would have went in and out from the boiler house into the engine house. And the steam inlet pipe, I'm thinking, yes, it would be that one there. I don't think it's that one. I don't think it's that one. So there's the base of where the winding drum was. We'll get a bit closer, folks, shall we? Massive granite coins. Right, now. So the bob would be coming out through here, and then there would be a shaft coming down which went onto a wheel. Now the wheel was in this general area here, about here, folks. The wheel would be there, and then that would be connected to a drum. The drum would be in this area here. It could be quite a big drum with wire cable wrapped around, which then would have went up around behind us towards this engine house here. Now the shaft is there, and I believe that there's a mining group that have got access to it because it's capped and secure. It could be Camborne School of Mines, I'm not sure. So I've never really looked at this engine house in depth, really. So the wooden head frame would have been where the barbed wire is now. We'll get as close as we can. Oh, it looks like we can get right in there. Oh, we will. Shall we go in there, folks? Shall we have a real good look? Why not? Because we're explorers. That's what explorers do, isn't it? And can we get in? Oh, breathe in. Oh, shit. Oh, bloody hell, that was fun. Okay, so we're now in a secure compound. Now, I can remember years ago there used to be a hut here. I think, to be honest, the ladderway is beneath there. They've done that to stop anybody getting in there, basically. Right. So we're basically... I do remember the hut being here, but it's not here now, is it? Right. Now, let's look up. That's where the bob was, folks. And if we look very carefully, you see in one, actually we can zoom in because I've got this now, I can do that. We couldn't do this before. Magic, eh? Whoops, sorry, this is all new to me. Now you see that? That is the remains of the beam that held the floor up, which basically allowed the men to access the bob for cleaning. I have not been able to zoom like this before. That's amazing. Yeah, right, okay, sorry, getting a bit carried away there. That's the plug doorway there. And of course, this engine house, when it was working, would have worked 24 hours a day, non-stop. Now, the reason for that is because of the water table, folks. Now, the water table here in Cornwall is very high, and that's why an engine such as this would be working 24/7, 48 hours a day, non-stop, because if they turned the pumps off, then the water would rise in the mine, and therefore that would endanger the men in the shaft and the mine would not be productive. So this engine house here is of vital importance when this mine, or any Cornish mine, was working. Right, so we'll just head out now. There's obviously 2 ladderways there. There probably is some archive video of that, of CSM going down in there. Right, this is what we got to squeeze through. You guys are out, I'm not. Oh! Right, okay, we're out. So, the boiler house. Now, the boiler house was right where we are right now. Now, if we look very carefully, you've got to use your eyes and look very carefully. Now, this is the original doorway where the boiler crew would have went in and out from the engine house. The boiler house was here, and it's probably four or five Cornish boilers that made this engine work. Now, as we can see, look, if we look very carefully, you see that line there, and then if we look over here, you can see it there. So it would have been like a lean-to construction made out of crinkly tin, galvanized sheets with weatherboarding on the outside, more than likely. Now, this is a big engine house. Now, we can tell you a bit about it now. So, Wheelgrenville Fortescue shaft pumping engine house, built in 1892. This building housed a 90-inch cylinder, which is the same as Taylor's. Originally taken so this one was scrapped or got rid of in 1897. So that's very interesting, folks. Now, because Taylor's engine house is a 90 as well, then this is very similar for me indeed. Now, we will try and get up, folks, so you're gonna have to bear with us for a minute. This might be fun. I'll try my best. This is where we could have done with the rock climbing rope. Oops. Bloody hell. Oh, I think we're up. Oh, bloody hell. Right, we're up. We are in the 90-inch cylinder. Here we are, folks. This is the first time coming in this engine house, and this is where the cylinder of the 90-inch engine would have been. It's the same size engine as Taylor's engine house. There is a bit of draft here. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I might have to do a bit of dubbing in there, but we'll climb on top of the cylinder. If you can't hear me, folks, I'm really sorry about that. Right. Now, if we look very carefully, these holes here are the holding down bolts, and if you look very carefully, you can see the ghost of where the cylinder was. And if we look very carefully over here, yes, it does look like a 90. It does, to me, it looks like a 90-inch, because obviously I know, because I've been in charge of the Grand 90 at East Pool. The windows in this one are a lot smaller than Taylor's. Is it going to zoom? It's not. So this is looking down into the cataracts. As we can see, it's quite a way down. Similar construction to Taylor's. But there's no access way down there, folks, because in Taylor's there is an access way down into the cataracts. Right. Yet again, I'm sorry if you can't hear me very clearly, folks. Okay, right. We're going to end the video now, so I hope you enjoyed this. Just to show you, we've got to get down there now. Right, we'll be back again. See you later.